Well, good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. So let's get open. Let's wake up the football gods here. How you guys doing on this finally freaking Friday? I am happy to be on this side of the dirt. I'm happy as can be because I'm here with you guys. I've got my keto coffee here, and I'm ready to face the challenges of a new day. Last night, did a live stream for about 50 minutes with Philip Ebarb, that's Dak Prescott's uncle. I took about a 10-minute clip of it and separated it from that. But there's a lot of really good information and insight that you can get from that video. Listening to Philip, things and challenges they have, of course, being, Dak Prescott's family and things that they've gone through. We touched on all kinds of stuff from Tad versus Dez and what that's about, the season, the coaching staff, about getting some dogs on this team and the outlook on it. So definitely check it out. It's a sit-down talk with Philip Ebarb on the Cowboys outlook. Like I said, I did that last night, and it was a great shout-out to Philip for coming on, because it's a risk when you are in the public spotlight that anything that you say can be blown up. A little Twitter battle with Dez Bryant can become huge, so it's definitely worth watching. So here we are, Friday. What a difference a week makes. Last week, we were dealing with the Mike McCarthy press conference and the fallout of Jerry Jones on last Friday, basically saying that anybody can be replaced and he would replace anybody if it made him better, and putting Mike McCarthy on blast. The Cowboys organization has since said that Mike McCarthy is our coach for the 2022 season. Anything beyond that, you don't know. Now, of course, we thought for sure we were going to lose Dan Quinn. I still have some questions on whether or not he ended up getting a raise from the Cowboys. Some reports say he did not. It's the same deal. Other reports I say is Jerry Jones came out of pocket. But quite frankly, if Jerry Jones came out with an extra $1 million or $2 million a year for Dan Quinn, it's chump change. There's no salary cap for coaches. And when you think about a guy who's got a $300 million yacht and a couple of helicopters and is worth $8 billion, that's like saying, you and me, hey, here's $25. Here you go. Or maybe 10. But anyway, you understand my point being, as well as Dan Quinn is also still being paid by the Atlanta Falcons on his contract. Yeah. Last year and this year, he's still getting paid. So compensation-wise, he's doing great. And with what he has done with the Dallas Cowboys, there's very little that he can do to hurt his stock. But here's where I think it gets interesting. I kind of said this last night in my fireside chat. This is the backup plan. And so you always have to have a backup plan in everything in life. So many teams wanted Dan Quinn to be their head coach. They wanted him. That's a fact. I mean, you don't have all these calls. Maybe they decided on somebody else, but there's interest there. You look at what he did in Seattle with that defense. You look right here in front of us what he did with the defense this year of no names. We look to see this defense take another step next year. Even Atlanta, even though some people say it was a failure, he was one quarter away from being a Super Bowl champion. So he's won games in the playoffs. We've had worse coaching the Dallas Cowboys. Trust me, we've had a lot worse coaching the Cowboys. You go into the season with Mike McCarthy. If there's any hiccup at all, you can let Mike McCarthy go and say, Dan Quinn's my interim coach. You can go ahead and say, let's see how he does and how the team responds with him during the season, if you're worried about Mike McCarthy. Because, see, here's the difference of typically when you fire a coach in the middle of a season. You don't have a guy on the staff that knows what you're trying to do. Remember, Mike McCarthy missed a game because of COVID. you had Dan Quinn on the sidelines, and they responded to him. You can feel comfortable that if Mike McCarthy is just the first couple of games that you're kind of saying, we made a mistake, you can rectify that mistake and kick him out of there without changing the direction of the team's philosophy by simply elevating Dan Quinn. And if you do this, if the team responds to Dan Quinn, you've got your head coach. If they don't, you're ready early to make a move with Sean Payton. This, to me, is the ultimate plan. This is what I believe could be the plan. Maybe it's not the plan, and they hadn't thought of it as a plan, but you look at it now, shit. We got all bases covered. Mike McCarthy does a great job, takes us to the Super Bowl. We win the Super Bowl. Mike McCarthy falls flat on his face and ends up sucking. We fire him. We got Dan Quinn that can come in. Dan Quinn, we end up having him as the head coach. We can find out, is he the guy that the players and the team will respond to? We've now got half a season to find out. If he's not, we can make the move for Sean Payton after he's been away for a year and coming back to the place he wants. You literally have the best of three worlds right now. You literally have three coaches that all have a Super Bowl experience ready to go for your team, with the exception of Sean Payton. I think he's not quite ready to go right now unless there's some other news that we don't know just yet. But from the standpoint of Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys organization making the biggest moves out there for the coaching situation, I gotta say, you've done a masterful job, at least on this one. You've got people in place right now that have a philosophy and a direction that you want to go in. You can start developing who stays, who goes, who gets restructured, who gets cut, and who in free agency you go for, because you've got your defensive coordinator there and you've got your offensive guy. Way to go, Cowboys. So I've got some stuff I got to do this morning, so we're going to cut this one a little bit short. But I want to listen to Rich Eisen to find out if he thinks that Dan Quinn made the right move staying in Dallas.
Today? This guy over there to my right.
I'm always in a good mood.
Why is he particularly in a good mood?
Because there was no doubt in my mind that the Cowboys were going to have to make a decision to bounce their HC.
You were convinced.
Because Dan Quinn was going to be the hot head coaching candidate in other places, and they're going to lose the defensive coordinator who took their defense from 0 to 60.
Mm-hmm.
And Dan Quinn has informed, according to my friend and colleague at the NFL Network, Tom Pelissero, has told everybody he's staying with the Cowboys.
Yeah,
there is less pie.
And so
There's less pie.
I don't know. Did he get more pie from Jerry?
That's personal, Rich.
I don't know.
Suitcase of honey buns
the
for,
Broncos
the
might have
Quinn?
been his choice. Like the Broncos might have been his choice. The Giants might be leaning in another direction. The Cowboys might have sweetened the pot a little bit. I don't know what it is, but kudos to you, sir. Maybe, there's two ways to look at it. Which way do you want me to go, Chris? The way that is, straight and narrow, professional, or the other way around? What do you want me to do?
I mean, come on.
I understand. Let me go straight and narrow first.
We'll just keep it quick.
Get your damn act
Keep
together.
that part quick.
Yeah, keep that part quick. Yeah.
The straight and narrow professional is that he did not want to take the other jobs that might be willing to take him because he didn't think it was a good fit or he didn't like the success, and he's already been there and done that in terms of what worked in Atlanta, and he knows he can stay put here and eventually get what he wants in another spot because Parsons not going anywhere and Diggs not going anywhere, and he knows what to do with these guys. And I'd be stunned if there's a sophomore slump with those kids with him. Okay. right?
Be a junior slump for.
Well, I know that. I meant with him.
Okay,
Like it's
yes.
year 2. Obviously, Parsons sophomore, junior for Diggs.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. Now then, the other way,
Yeah, the fun way.
I think he wants to work for Sean Payton.
Oh,
Look what Sean Payton's done for Dennis Allen's career, right?
Settle down just a little bit.
Can we linger here for a second?
I
was
like their
listening
sound
to
effects.
the Ringer NFL Show podcast with Kevin Clark on the way in this morning.
Yes, sir.
And they were talking about Sean Payton and when the Cowboys rumors might start.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's like halftime of week 1 next year?
They've already started.
No, but we're just kind of having fun, but like for real.
Okay, if you really wanted to say it, if Sean Payton gets a job with Fox the first time he covers their games.
So, but like week 1, basically.
I don't know. Is Aikman going to be there? I mean, there's so many hot rumors flying everywhere about the chess pieces and seats for the top of the broadcasting NFL food chain here.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But it's
If
just-
Sean Payton gets a gig and the Cowboys and if he's in the booth and he's there at one of their games, that's it.
and they're losing.
Oh, and then he's out there, Jerry, chit-chatting, shaking hands before the game and having a great time. Oh, yeah.
oh, that would be crazy.
That will be the game where I would counsel Coach McCarthy to have his P's and Q's and
You
buttoned
bet-
up
you better
on
not mess
clock
up.
management and make sure he doesn't follow up a successful fake punt with an unsuccessful fake punt. Those are the days I would think he should get it right.
Together. Yeah, I agree.
unsuccessful fake punt.
Yes, especially when you follow
I mean, just not
up
a bad.
a successful fake punt.
I mean, for a fantasy
with an
game.
unsuccessful fake punt. Yes,
Okay.
the unsuccessful fake punt. The dreaded UFFP. Hashtag it. Make it go viral. Hey, you watched all the way to the end.
Okay, we watched all the way to the end. Yeah, I don't think it'll take that long on the speculation on Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy has definitely on the hot seat. You know what? And you either thrive and rise to the occasion or you wilt, because it's going to be crazy how it's going to be. The talking heads out there, they should definitely be happy because they know we got all we need to talk about. With that being said, that's all I got for you right now. But you know me, I'm going to be all over the YouTube. With that being said, you know how we roll. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report.
You did one hell of a job, and the only thing else I got to say is, how about them Cowboys? Yeah!